Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, relatively speaking. Just a time to reflect on 9/11. Today is 9/11, and wow, I personally have memories of this very sad day. I was in college for a second year in college, Queens, and I remember coming out of the library and folks were running and trying to leave the building. And I asked the professor what's going on, and he had mentioned that we were being attacked. It was such a heart wrenching, such a dramatic event for everyone. You know, if you were in America, definitely everybody in America, and those that were close to us in New York, it was very, very scary time. My family, my friends who worked and lived in Manhattan downtown area. It was such a scary time to to make sure we called up everybody and just relieved just to hear from them and those that lost their lives and emergency service, firemen, police, everybody. We will never forget. So just a moment to remember everyone involved, all the victims, and all the heroes, past, present, and during 9/11. So today's 9/11. Okay. Uh, so just a quick video on what's going on in the markets. I just read a recent article we're going to get into right now about um, where at what price point, what interest rate would be buyers be interested in buying right now? A lot of hesitation. The rates have been fluctuating around 7% for the last 4 weeks. And as you see in the article, what an average single family home would have cost 250 to $300 less at a previous rate than what it is right now. You know, last year, I believe, or yeah, before that. So a lot of folks are waiting, and they're playing the waiting game and hoping that rates eventually come down. And what's interesting is there's two parts of this. Homeowners who bought in prior to the rate increase have great rates, 2.5, 3.5, everything, anything under 5%, right? Relatively speaking, is considered a great rate. So they're holding on, what's called the golden handcuff, which I just read. Why would they sell right now, right? So something has to give. If the rates remain high, some of these prices of these homes need to come down. And I've noticed that this weekend there was a lot of price decrease in listings. So something's got to give. If you're a seller who's looking to sell, you want to make sure that you're pricing your home correctly, competitively, if you want to get a deal done. And if you're a buyer, you want to make sure you're budgeting everything right. You want to make sure that this is something that you want to do right now for the long term, in the anticipation that rates may drop where you will be able to refinance. Refinancing is not free. Well, some lenders, if you do a loan with them, they do remove the closing costs for refinancing. So something to think about. Let's get into this article really quick, just to go over elaborate what I was talking about. Okay, this is from our National Association of Realtor magazine. Home buyers saying home buyers say this is their magic mortgage rate. So the interest rate on a 30-year loan has averaged above 7%, as I mentioned, for the 4 consecutive weeks, right? So what is the magic number that buyers are looking into? 70% of the buyers stated that the magic number for home buyers is around 5.5%. That's the mortgage rate threshold at which many would-be home buyers would jump back into the market, right? So 71% of prospective home buyers say they won't accept a rate on a 30-year mortgage above 5.5%. And again, there's always outliers here. If you're really looking to move, you love the house, and you have the financial means to purchase it, you may still go through with the 7% rate or close to it, right? And knowing that you can refinance later on. But for the most part, it looks like folks are waiting at that 5.5% to be the magic number, that threshold, right? So now, the other part to this is higher rates are having a so-called golden handcuff effect. So, golden handcuff effect, essentially, that the buyers, nearly 82% of home buyers say that they feel like they're locked in, right? Because their existing homes have such a low mortgage rate on it. They want to buy something new, maybe in a new area, new state, and so forth, like the Sunshine State, but they're handcuffed because they bought at a great time where the rates are so low. So why do they want to get out of that to purchase a home at a higher rate? Now, here's the thing, all you savvy investors, if you have the means to not sell your home, uh, use some, maybe pull out a HELOC on it, even though the HELOCs may be high right now. Maybe you can get some sort of promo on a fixed rate or rent out your property. That is an option. And when you do that, especially if you rent out your home, now you're getting some cash flow, which can negate the cost of financing for your new home. So something to really think about. If you want to talk about investment, that's my specialty. We can sit and have a conversation about that. So here, there's a lot going on here, guys. But at the same time, there's an inventory crisis, right? Last we checked, what was it at 1.5 or 2? So there's an inventory crisis, however, has fueled the housing competition in spite of the higher mortgage rates. 35% of homes are fetching more than the asking price due to the limited number of homes on the market. So think about what's going on here. There's high rates. There's a golden handcuff where would-be home buyers are already locked into a low rate, but there's still low inventory, so the prices are still high, and folks are still buying, at a lower pace, but they're still buying. It says here folks are still getting 3+ offers, right? So this is the challenge you have right now. So you really got to evaluate your situation to ensure that this is the best time to buy. Now, can someone tell you this is the right time or wrong time? No, it depends on your financial situation, your personal situation, and what you're looking to do. You can't look at everything based off of a sheer specific number of rates versus inventory and so forth. You got to look at your life as well. If you're looking to make the change, your work change, schools for your children, and just want to relocate to a different state, you may have to bite the bullet and take that hit, because when the rates do go down to 5.5, all of these buyers are going to be flooding the market. So what do you think is going to happen? Inventory is still low. Now the buyers are back in the market. What do you think is going to happen? So you have to weigh the pros and the cons of paying a higher interest rate now versus paying a higher price later. You can literally do some calculations on that and see what makes sense. For me, time is valuable. We can't guarantee that that time is going to be available when you're waiting for the rate to come down. So each case is differently. Again, I'm a realtor. I'm not looking to push, promote selling or buying. I wanted to educate my clients and folks that are watching the content to ensure that each individual situation is very unique, and really do your research. Speak with those that are knowledgeable, educated, and have the best of your interest in mind. Okay. A couple other things here. Just one last note here. Buyers are being forced to revisit what they can afford now. At this week's 7.12 mortgage rate alone for a typical single family existing home costs $2,221 or $2,221 a month, and $1,926 for a condo. That the mortgage rate payment for a $400,000 home today compared to a year ago is about almost $260 a month more. That's a lot for some folks. For the same exact house, you're paying another $260 more, so we're $3,000 a year, just about. So you want to make sure that you know what you're looking at. Freddie Mac, one last thing. Freddie Mac reports the following nationwide averages with mortgage rates for the week ending September 7th, last week. 30-year fixed rate mortgages averaged 7.12%, dropping from last week's 7.18. Not much difference. A year ago, 30-year rates averaged 5.89. See, again, close to that 5.5% threshold that buyers are looking at right now. It's funny how times change. Before, folks are waiting for that 3%, 4%. Now it's 5% they're willing to pay. 15-year fixed rate mortgages average 6.5, falling from last week's 6.52 to 6.55 from 5.5 a year ago. A year ago, 15-year rates averaged about 5.16. Okay. So guys, I hope this is something that was educational for you. Again, it's a very uncertain times. You want to kind of weigh your pros and the cons. Everyone's going to tell you to wait for the recession, the market crash. Others will tell you to buy now. You have to make your own independent decision on this. Weigh all the options you have, speak to an expert in the field, and make a decision for yourself and the best interest of your family. If you have any questions, obviously comment below and I'll do my best to keep you informed. Again, this is David. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care and stay educated. Bye-bye.